busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Bryan White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Clancy?
Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Great. It's a beautiful day outside. Beautiful day. Some people are going to complain that it's too hot because it's like 83.
Not this girl.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So last week we talked about sleep, and we said we were going to talk about 30 to 31 ways to get better sleep. Last week we covered 13 of them. So just real quick, here's what we talked about. Set a reminder to start your bedtime routine. Well, what's not in there is actually to have a bedtime. But that's kind of ingrained with number one, is to set a reminder to start your routine, which is going to happen before your bedtime. Create a bedtime routine or start a bedtime routine. I recommend starting with brushing your teeth, and then I'm going to wash my face, and then I'm going to lay out my clothes. I'm going to sit in a deep squat. I'm going to journal my gratitude, right? And those are all the things that are part of my bedtime routine. And then I'm going to keep pen and paper by my bed so that if I wake up in the middle of the night and I have a thought, I'm going to write it down instead of trying to think about it. Perform mind-body scans, which I believe you actually have done in the past week.
I did it the night I was laying in bed, flopping around, couldn't sleep. And I was like, you know what? Brian said, squeeze your toe, start at your feet and squeeze your toes and hold. And I tried it and it was great. I was like, okay, it
Good.
works.
Love it. Love it. That's wonderful. Think of something trivial. I think of playing golf or playing Madden. I use a sound machine to block out noise. I actually went on a trip for up into Dallas to watch my daughter play water polo all weekend. We took the sound machine with us to the hotel room, to drown out even all the hallway noise that comes out. Set our bedroom temperature. You set yours at 67, I think.
Ours is 68.
68. Ideally, we'd be around 65 degrees. And we are undercover, so we're not just freezing ourselves to death. Removing lights from our bedroom. Along with removing lights, we're going to install some blackout shades. So those are the 13 things that we talked about last week. So we have quite a few more to go through now. So let's get started. The next item on the list is and I'll say, first of all, everything on this list except one thing, and I'll tell you what it is. I have tried, or someone in my family currently does it. Okay. And this is one I have tried. I do not do it now because I don't like it, but it's wear an eye mask. No, you're a no on the eye mask?
I'm a no. No eye mask.
Yeah, I don't like anything like touching my face, or I can't wear just a whole lot of pajamas, right? That's just more stuff that's going to mess me up when I'm trying to sleep. But my wife and my daughters love eye masks. I mean, my 17-year-old, my 15-year-old, my 7-year-old love eye masks.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just another way to keep the light out, right?
So, in fairness, I never tried it.
Okay.
So, I really can't say that I don't like it.
Okay.
But
Well, especially if you have difficulty, keeping having a completely dark room with installing blackout shades, and that doesn't work. Using an eye mask can help you tell your body. That's really what we're doing. We're trying to communicate with our body that it's nighttime and it's time for us to be sleeping. Okay.
yes. So,
The
I just
next
want to be
one.
clear. I don't
Yep.
really have a bedtime routine, but what I try to make sure I do is run as fast as I can down the hallway and take a flying leap into my bed when it's bedtime. So, I just wanted to put that out there
Good.
for
We
the
all have a
people who may
plan.
not have a routine.
We all have a plan.
So,
I love it.
yes.
What about wearing Bose noise canceling headphones or earbuds? Have you ever done that?
I have, but it doesn't work because I'm a flopper, and
Okay.
it's too much stuff. Can't
Okay.
do it.
My wife swears by them. Like they last, I think her last pair lasted 2 years. And like objective number one, get her another pair, right? She needs to sleep with her Bose noise canceling headphones.
Hmm.
And I say headphones, they're earbuds. So they're not like over the ear. They're right in her ear. And they
So
play
are they playing
the
something?
yeah, they're playing like ocean sounds.
Oh,
Yeah. So very similar to like a noise canceling or the sound machine. She doesn't really need the sound machine so much because she has the noise canceling earbuds.
gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
And so if one of the children comes downstairs and says,
Oh,
"Mom,"
no,
sh-
there's no
like
mom.
they're on their own.
They never
They're on
say
their own.
mom. They've when they were babies, and the baby started crying, Celesta went and got them, let's say 60% of the time, 60 to 70% of the time, mommy got them when they were babies. And by babies, I mean less than 18 months old. After that, Celeste was like, I'm done. I'm done. Let them cry. Like, so, I mean, even at that young, they could crawl out of bed or whatever and come into our bedroom. And they, ever since then, like they know just go to daddy's side because mommy is having none of that. And so even to this day, even there are times where my 7-year-old will get out of bed. She will come over, wake me up, and say, Daddy, Daddy, I have a question for mommy.
You're like, save it, sister.
She's like, I can't ask mommy. I have to ask you.
That's so funny.
So,
Train
yeah.
those kids.
So,
Hmm.
Celesta is fine with the noise canceling headphones or the earbuds. Kids are coming to me anyway. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
How clean is your bedroom? That's their next item is to straighten up our bedroom.
Oh yeah. I'm the bed maker. I make my bed every day. All the pillows are fluffed and just right. Everything
Okay.
is in its place.
So, what about the
Yeah.
rest of the room? Is it clean and organized or
Yes.
things everywhere?
It's one of my God-given talents is I'm a very organized person. So everything in my house is pretty much well organized.
Okay.
There's not a lot of stuff laying around in places. And I hate piles. My husband is a post-it note person. So
Okay.
he'll post notes in places and he'll put piles here to remember this or that. Uh-uh. That doesn't work. So everything's got to be like in organization.
Now, does he put piles of post-it notes or anything else in the bedroom?
No,
No.
he puts it in the office, which is where I'm sitting right now. And so I found this one. Actually, I found two today, and they were just in random spots.
Okay. So yeah, so our
Yeah,
next item is it's much easier, it's much more relaxing, which is what the environment we want if we are sleeping in an ordered or tidied room. Doesn't have to be clean per se, but definitely tidied with everything in its place.
yeah,
Next, we had talked about before about nighttime. We want it dark, right? And daytime, we want our bodies to know it's daytime. So we want to get as much sunlight as we possibly can. One of the absolute best things you can do for your body, two of the great, well, if we round it, the absolute best thing you can do for your body, and I'm betting no one listening to this does it, is that at dawn, go for a walk barefoot on the grass.
grounding.
Yeah. That is one of the absolute best things that you can do for your body. The dawn light in particular, there are no UVB or UVA rays coming through. And so it's the safest light we can see. And it tells our, it's just another way of communicating with our body that it's morning time. It's time to get up and start enjoying the day and being outside, walking barefoot in the grass keeps us, I'll say grounded to the earth. I don't want to get too frou-frou, but that's it's just one of the ways
Hmm.
of, I mean, our feet were actually not, despite what Nike and Reebok try to tell us, our feet were not designed to be in shoes all day.
Right.
Living out on the land that do you ever go outside and walk around barefoot,
Oh yeah, I do.
step on the snakes?
Just don't step on horse poop. That'd be bad. Actually, it's not as bad as dog poop. I'd rather step in horse poop if we're going to have this conversation. But yes, I do. I do walk around in the back. on the grass.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Me too. It's great. It's a great way to let my body know that it's time to wake up. And then as we get closer to bedtime, this is a big problem for people who are watching TV or on their phones or on their iPad. It's the blue light exposure. Do you have blue light glasses?
I do.
Yeah, I've got
Yes.
my pair. They
These
came.
are my blue light glasses. I just got them from Amazon. So, yeah. So maybe you can tell me what I'm supposed to do with the little blue light and the paper that comes with it. Did they send that to you?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, they sent me a little light and you press the bulb and then they sent you a strip of paper and it turns the paper a dark color when you flash the light on it.
Oh, okay.
Only there was no instructions or anything else to tell you what to do with that light. So I
Okay.
was
No,
like, okay, yeah, so lights up the paper.
I'm at a loss on that one.
Anyway, not to get off topic,
I can't
but
help you with
blue
what to
light
do
right
with your
here.
blue light. Yeah. So we're going to reduce our blue light exposure, ideally by being off the phone or off our iPad or not watching TV. But if we are doing those things, we're at least wearing our blue light glasses. And actually,
Do you turn in your, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Your
my
computer
computer
screen.
screen has a setting, a nighttime setting where it takes out the blue light.
Oh, cool. Do y'all turn in your phones like in another room at a certain time?
I don't. We keep ours on our bedside tables, but we're also not on our phones. Like that's not a thing for us. Our kids have to bring their phones downstairs. Keep
Oh, okay.
all electronics downstairs. Yeah.
I turn my phone into my bathroom where I leave it plugged in so that if it
Okay.
does vibrate, I can't hear it.
Okay.
Because there's nothing worse, like if you're trying to wind down and you've got your
Sure.
bed on your nightstand and it's going, it's vibrating. And I'm like, who is that? And then I feel obligated to look at it. So I just put it in the bathroom. So I'm not even tempted to look at it after like
Okay.
7:30.
Yeah. So we keep our
It
phones on our
helps.
bedside table, but we have them on sleep mode and they start sleep mode at 30 minutes before our bedtime. So when we want to start our bedtime routine, the benefit, I mean,
Hmm.
the downside is if you're someone who really always has to look at your phone, it's sitting right there. And that's just, you could add a barrier to using it by putting it in a different room like you do. One of the upsides is that if there is an emergency, like my dad or my parents need to call me, it will not ring the first time, but it will ring if they immediately call me a second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's only because I've
Gotcha.
listed them in my favorites. That's only if you're in my favorites. So you are not in my favorites. So if you were to call me,
Okay.
call me all you want and it's not going to
It's not
ring,
going to
it's
ring.
under sleep
Okay.
mode. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I bet Stephen Harbor's is in your favorites.
He should be. He's not, but he should be. He is definitely my favorite harbors. Our next item is to reduce or consume caffeine only before noon. How well do you stick with that?
Oh, yes. 100%. I stick with that. I drink coffee in the morning and that's it. That's
Okay.
my only caffeine.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I will be climbing the wall, you
most people
know?
don't realize that the half-life of caffeine, it's very genetically dependent. I will admit that. And everyone thinks that they have genetics that metabolize caffeine quickly when they really don't. But it can take 12 to 24 hours for the half-life of caffeine. So, if you drink 300 milligrams of caffeine at 10 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock in the morning, then at 10 o'clock in the evening, depending on your genetics and your metabolism, you could still have 150 milligrams of caffeine in your system, at which point you're not going to be able to go to sleep. Yeah. So, for some of us, the half-life is closer to 6 hours. So at that point, someone would have 75 milligrams of caffeine still in their system at 10 p.m. Easier to go to sleep at that point. Also, I would challenge you if you're consuming 300 milligrams of caffeine at any one time. I would challenge you first to get more sleep so you don't need 300 milligrams
Mm,
to get awake, right? 300 milligrams. A black cup of
mm-hmm.
coffee, I think, is around 70 milligrams. So roughly the
Okay.
equivalent of 4.5 cups of straight coffee. What
Yeah.
kind of caffeine do you consume?
I drink coffee. I drink black coffee in the morning.
Okay. I prefer
Hmm.
black tea or green tea. So I'm taking
Hmm.
I like caffeine, but tea does come with quite a few more antioxidants than caffeine
Hmm.
provides, especially the green tea. Um, and green tea is going to have less caffeine than most coffees. So
Gotcha.
after
Yeah, we had this
consuming,
topic. We kind of talked about this at the gym this morning about decaf versus calf, but I've never been a decaf coffee
I don't know the
drinker.
point
Like,
of
what's the
decaf.
point?
Correct. What's the
Yeah,
point?
I
Let's
need
just find something else to
just give
drink.
me the coffee. But I know like some people have trouble with the caffeine, and so that's why they do it. But
Sure.
I take 2 cups of black coffee in the morning. I head to the gym. I'm
What
good.
time?
Let's go.
Okay. Ooh, like at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Well, like I get up at 6:30,
Okay.
so right after that,
Okay.
and then I head to the gym at 8. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. After consuming caffeine only before noon, we talked about this already, but exposing ourselves to sunlight during the day. So we don't want to just be inside all day. We want to go outside and let our body know it is daytime so that it will help our circadian rhythm and our body know when it is nighttime. The next is exercise regularly. Because you've recently gotten an aura ring. Yeah, that's what it is. One of the things that you will notice is that you will sleep better on the days that you train, the days that you exercise. Um, Two main reasons for that.
Also, last
Yep.
night I slept. Oh, sorry. You go first, and then I'll tell you my little story.
Well, there are two main reasons for that. One is because when we exercise during the day. So it's communicating with our body that it's daytime and we're supposed to be awake, which helps us communicate later when it's nighttime and we're supposed to be asleep. The second reason is that when we exercise, we use more energy. And so we're more tired, right? In the evening.
Yeah. Well, I've had this about 5 days,
Okay.
and I've been tracking my sleep because I was curious about what kind of sleep I get. And I discovered that I was getting less than 30 minutes of deep sleep every day, every night, less than 30 minutes. Sometimes it was 27 minutes of deep sleep. And I started reading up on it, and that's not enough to recover
Yep.
from, especially from workouts if you're doing that consistently. So last night, I I usually drink wine. Last night I did not have any alcohol, no wine, and
Yep.
I had an hour and 40 minutes of deep sleep. And that was
Yep.
my first day in 5 days. So I'm going to try it again tonight. I'll let you know what happens, but I'm hoping I'll get more deep sleep because I've been having trouble recovering my body from workouts. And I'm hoping this will be the solution.
So the book Why We Sleep, we talked about in our last episode by Matthew Walker. He's a researcher. He's a sleep researcher, I think at Stanford, and he used to have a nightcap after dinner, before bed. And through his research, the one major change that he made was he stopped drinking alcohol, like basically in total, because the research is very clear that it reduces your deep sleep just as you experienced. And deep sleep is when we get the most HGH, or human growth hormone, which is helps you burn fat and build muscle, right? And improve bone density. That's what we want. Um, and it reduces the overall quality of the rest of your sleep. So it is unsurprising that you got better sleep while reducing your alcohol intake. Which
Well, I'm excited
we'll just skip to
because
that one right now. Reduce your alcohol intake, or at least reduce the days in which you consume alcohol.
yes. Well, I'm excited because honestly, I've been a wine drinker consistently for many, many years, and it wasn't compelling enough for me to say, "Oh, I'm going to quit drinking wine to lose weight."
Yeah,
Not going to do that. But to get better sleep, I will do it. And
you'll
so
do it.
that is I'm excited. I'm going to go for the 5 day um a week of deep sleep.
Okay.
That's what I'm going for.
Love it.
So, I'm excited. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Good luck. Let us know how you do.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, so we just talked about don't drink alcohol, and that's like during the day at all, not just before bed. But certainly drinking alcohol, a nightcap, is terrible. It is a sedative, so it can, in some cases, put you to sleep faster. But again, you don't get into as deep of the sleep as you have experienced, and the sleep that we do get is more restless. So that's why we want to reduce the days that we consume alcohol. What
Yep.
about do you take a relaxing bath or shower before bed?
I do that after I get home from the gym in the afternoon.
Okay,
So, not right before bed. It's usually at like 3 in the afternoon.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, so
Yeah.
one of the ways, especially an Epsom salt bath, that can also help with sore muscles, get some tension out. A relaxing hot bath, and what it will do is it will bring the blood up to your blood capillaries, which are close to the skin, and then make your skin warm. But because your skin is warm, your body will start to cool off faster, and your body feels it's easier for us to go to sleep when it's cool. And so it's counterintuitive, but by taking a hot bath or a hot shower, when coming out of it and getting dry and all, then our body starts to cool down and makes it easier for us to sleep.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the lavender Epsom salt on that note.
Okay.
Lavender is the best.
Uh,
They make some great scented Dr. Teal's. If
yep, that's
anyone
the one
needs
we
a
use.
recommendation, Dr. Teal's
Yeah,
makes all kind of scented, so good.
yeah, yeah. The scents can mess with me, my allergies, but lavender will work. I can work with lavender.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Next, what about a weighted blanket? Do you have a weighted blanket?
I have one, but right now it's too hot for that.
Oh
I
no.
can't do
Okay.
it. But when it's cold outside, I can do it usually.
So we have a
Or like
couple
if
of
I'm
weighted
taking a
blankets.
rest, do what?
We have
You
a
have a
couple of
few.
weighted blankets. They work. They're so phenomenal. It's like being
I
given
will
a
say
hug while
this.
I'm going to sleep.
It is. And I'll like if I'm taking a rest during the middle of the day, like if I'm reading or something, I'll use it for that because it's just so comforting. But in the summer or the warmer months, it's just a little too warm for me.
Okay.
So,
We love our weighted blankets. So it's like sleep masks. Well, now I mean we got sound machines. All five of us have our own sound machine. Four of us, not me, but four of us have eye masks. We now have two weighted blankets. Yeah, two weighted blankets. Well, I say two weighted blankets and two weighted um, stuffed animals. So like for our young,
oh,
yeah, you can snuggle, but you snuggle with it on top of you. It gives you kind of the same
oh,
uh,
that's a good idea. I didn't know they
feeling.
made those.
Yeah, yeah. The last one that we'll talk about is avoid sleeping in on the weekends.
Mm, you're about to make some people
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah, so really what we're going for is a consistent 7 night sleeping schedule. That is ideal.
Yeah.
And we can't, the research is very clear. You cannot make up for poor sleep during the week by sleeping in on the weekend. I mean, it can help. It can definitely help, but it's not going to be nearly as good as having a 7 night consistent sleep schedule. What is your
Yeah.
sleep schedule on the weekends?
Well, okay. So since I got the ring, like I said, it's only been 5 days.
Okay.
But
The
one thing
R
I
ring, not the wedding ring.
no, the aura ring, not the wedding ring. One thing I did recently is I told you I plugged my phone in the bathroom.
Yep.
But one thing I did is I just started setting a consistent wake up time
Okay.
because since we retired and didn't have to be up at 3:45 in the morning for donuts, we found that we were all over the place with wake up
Okay.
time and going to sleep time. So anyway, now the phone's in the bathroom. It goes off at 6:30 with that nice la 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 la
Okay.
la music,
Yep.
not like the
Yeah. Love it.
and so what I've found is that we we wake up at 6:30 now. And so what that helps us do is go to bed at a regular time, which is usually like 9:30.
Okay.
And that's kind of become our pattern, you
Perfect.
know? So
Perfect.
we just set our wake up time to get our nighttime in check. Otherwise,
Okay.
we were all over the place, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah. And so on the weekend, if you can try to stick to going to bed, if you're going to bed during the week at 9:30, if you can go to bed by 10 or 10:30, then you're still more or less sticking to the same uh, bedtime routine or
You're
the
still
bedtime
within
schedule.
your,
Yeah, within your window.
yeah. Yeah, that's good. It makes a big difference for sure. Plus, I
Makes a
like to
huge
have
difference.
time in the morning because I'm not the person that's just going to jump out of bed and run out the door. Like, I need time to wake up and have my coffee, sit down.
Very cool.
So,
Well, thank you, Clancy. I appreciate our
thanks,
conversation.
Brian.
I hope some of this stuff is helping you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted on results of my deep sleep numbers. Because honestly, my body has been hurting a lot, inflammation wise from workouts and different things. And I think this is going to help me recover quicker.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks,
Yeah, I'm
Clancy.
excited. Thanks, Brian.
Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Bye. You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcast or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.